What's going on, you guys? It's Logan here with Logan's Lessons, back at it with yet another guitar tutorial for you. Today, we're going to be learning Longshot by Catfish and the Bottlemen. This song has been circulating my playlist for the last two and a half years, and I'm finally getting around to making a guitar tutorial on it. Since there are already quite a few tutorials on this song, I'm taking a slightly different approach in that this will be the easier version of this song. Now, before we get into the lesson, a word from my sponsor. Sweetened dried cherries from Walmart. I don't have a sponsor, but they're really good. My mom got them for me, so my mom's my sponsor of this video. Shout out, Mom. I love you. Pro tip, those things are really good with sea salted almonds, and I prefer Blue Diamond. All right, let's get into it. Your guitar is going to be in standard tuning, and we are not going to be using a capo. We're gonna start with just our open E string on 8th notes. Okay, that goes on for a little while, then we go to the 3rd fret of our E string with our first finger. Back to E. Back to the 3rd fret. Okay? I believe each of those notes, each time, is played 16 times. Then we're getting into what I would consider part B of the verse. You're gonna be starting with the 3rd fret of your A string. That one's gonna be played 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you go back to your open E string, to your 3rd fret of your E string. Okay, so far we have 8 times on your 3rd fret of your A string, to 8 times on your open E string, to 8 times on the 3rd fret of your E. Then right after that we go up to the 5th fret of your A string. And that whole part B repeats. After the second time through that, so you're going 3rd fret of your A, 0 on your E, 3 on your E, to 5 on your A. Then 3rd fret on your A, open on your E, 3rd fret on your E, and then 5th fret on your A. Right here, you're gonna go back to the 3rd fret of your A, but we're going to do a power chord. The way you're gonna do a power chord is by putting your first finger on the 3rd fret of your A string, and your 3rd finger on the 5th fret of your D. And you're going to build up, like. Then we take this exact same shape and you move it up to, which is a D power chord. And we're into the chorus. So to recap the verse, play along with me. We have 3rd fret of your A, to open E, to 3rd fret of your E, to 5th fret of your A. Repeats. Then we have the last part. Into the chorus. Now, the only thing that changes in verse 2 while we're on the subject of the verse is part A. Part A on the open E's, so the part where we were going. The only thing that changes about that is on E's, it does the E half as many times, but for the same length of time. So it'll do a. And into part B of the verse, which stays the same from the one I just taught you. As for the chorus, the first 2 of them are in the same key. The last 2 of them are different, so we'll get to those later. But For the normal chorus, we'll just call this the normal chorus. We're going from a C chord, which you will accomplish by putting your third finger on the third fret of your A string, your middle finger on the second fret of your D, and your first finger, your index finger, on the first fret of your B string. Should sound like that. Second chord we have is a G chord, which you're going to accomplish by putting your middle finger on the third fret of your low E string, your first finger on the second fret of your A, your third finger, your ring finger, on the third fret of your B string, and your pinky on the third fret of your E. Should sound like this. And the third chord being a D chord, which you will accomplish by putting your first finger on the second fret of your G string, your third finger on the third fret of your B string, and your middle finger on the second fret of your E string. You're going to play your D string downwards. Do not play your E or A strings. So for 3/4 of the chorus, it just plays those 3 chords, C to G to D. The fourth time it goes C, G, does not play the D. Instead, it will play what we call an A7 chord. You will play an A7 chord by putting your middle finger on the second fret of your D string and your third finger on the second fret of your B. You're going to play your A string downwards. It's a fancy chord. I really like it. I hope you do too. So, let's talk strumming pattern. The strumming pattern will be a down, 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 up, 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 and so on. If I slow that down a little bit, you have down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Remember, the emphasis is on the first down and the third down. So down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Especially emphasize that third strum. So with the chords, we have a C, G, D, D again, C, G, D, and D again, C, G, D, D, C, G, A7, A7, and we are back into the second verse. So we already talked about the second verse, then comes another chorus which is identical to the one we just learned, and then we get into the bridge. The bridge involves a chord that is going to be the hardest chord of the song to play, but I believe that if you really work at it, you can get it. This chord is called a B minor chord. For this chord, you're going to put your first finger on the second fret of your A string, your third finger on the fourth fret of your D, your pinky finger on the fourth fret of your G, and your middle finger on the third fret of your B. And it gets off of it quick, so that's good. One thing that you can do to make this chord easier for yourself if you're really struggling with it is take your pinky and your middle finger off and just strum the A and the D strings. Make sure no other strings are ringing out. We are going to go to a D chord, like we already learned, and to a C chord. So we have, and it does it just like that. B minor, D, C, and then you wait a minute, and it goes C, D, E minor. E minor will be played by putting your middle finger on the second fret of your A string, and your third finger, on the second fret of your D. Should sound like that. So you'll have a C, D, E minor, and then finally a G, which we already learned, to D, to A minor. Now you're going to play an A minor by putting your middle finger on the second fret of your D string, your third finger right under that on the second fret of your G, and your first finger on the first fret of your B. So on that A minor, you're going to be building up, just like we did from the C to the D, but it'll be just hanging on that A minor chord. So that gets us into part 2 of the bridge. The entire thing's really easy. You're just going to be strumming out each chord until the very end when you're going to be building up, just like we did going into part 2 of the bridge. And you're going to start with an E minor. This is the part. When you're giving us all kinds of reasons for my head to G. Follow the heart I believe in, 'cause one of us must E minor. When you're giving us all kinds of reasons for my head to G. Follow the heart I believe in, 'cause in the past it's done me. And you go to a C chord. A C chord. A C chord. And this last chord right here is going to be slightly different in that you put your pinky finger down on the 3rd fret of your G string. It's a C7 chord, and it's kind of tense, but really nice, I think. And that leads us into the chorus. So for that build up, it's C chord, C chord, C chord, C7, and into the chorus. That's really interesting too, because that C chord allows for a key change, and this next chorus is going to be different in that it's in a different key. It's going to be in E minor. As you would expect, you start with an E minor chord. I'll just teach you the chords now, because you already know the strumming pattern. It goes E minor, G to C 3 times, and then it goes E minor, G, A7. That's the only chord in there that stays the same from the previous order in the chorus. And that leads us back into a normal chorus, where you're going C, G, D, C, G, D, C, G, D, C, G, A7. And that, my friend, is where the song ends. So just to show you what the last chorus will sound like. Regular chorus is here. And you get the point, you already know that part. Alright, my friends, I hope that has been super-de-duperly helpful for you. If it has, please, please, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it if you would. Now, real quick before you go, I do want to mention that I offer private one-on-one online lessons, whether that be on Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, Google Meets, whatever works best for you. And for a limited time, I'm actually offering you your first lesson for free. Think of it like a free trial of sorts. Again, my friends, I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you. I'll see you guys in the next video. You were watching Logan's Lessons. Peace.